four-door coupes are starting to flood the market, and that's why Audi came up with the RS5 Sportback, an all-new model in the lineup, and the 7th Audi Sport model, sharing a similar design with the RS7 Sportback. It got all of the typical RSQs inside and out, but is powered by a 2.9-liter biturbo that is borrowed from the Porsche Panamera. It can hit 60 miles per hour faster than the BMW 650i or Mercedes CLS 500, and does so looking good in the process. Based on the RS5 Coupe, the Sportback should command somewhere around $80,000 when it goes on sale in the second half of 2018. The Audi RS5 Sportback is a look-car, even if you're not one that's so keen on the whole four-door coupe design. And, truth be told, this thing is actually a hatchback, so it's technically a five-door vehicle, but it still competes in the looks department with models like the Mercedes CLS and BMW 6 Series Gran Coupe. The front end is dominated by the large, single-frame grille and massive corner intakes, both of which get the RS-style honeycomb mesh, while the hood adds its own bit of aggressiveness. Furthermore, the body is actually 1 inch wider than the RS5 Coupe, and it really shows when you look at it head-on. The side profile is generously eccentric. Of course, it has the sharp body lines that you would expect from a sports car and the steeply raked roof in the rear, but it has 4 doors that are somehow proportioned just right despite the rear door being a bit smaller. The beltline has a slight curve to it, while the mirrors sit a little further back than one might expect. Finally, the lower body line that protrudes a bit from the body is angled in a way that gives the car a raked look from the side, despite the aggressive roofline. This is also where you can notice its slightly lower stance, which comes in at 7 mm or 0.28 inches lower than the RS5 Coupe. What is arguably the most important feature of the interior is the fact that, despite the infinitely sloping roof, there's still seating for 5 passengers. Front passengers get S-Sport seats with embossed headrests, while rear passengers get a bench of sorts with a seat on each end providing ample support on the sides. They also have the hexagonal stitching pattern with body-colored stitching, while the center of the seat sits a little higher with the backrest doubling as a pull-down armrest should the seat remain unoccupied. The front of the vehicle end is dominated by carbon fiber trim on the face of the dash, center console, steering wheel, and gear shifter, while the typical Audi floating display offers up RS-specific graphics. Like the seats, the steering wheel is wrapped in leather, perforated, and held together with body-colored stitching. It's a flat-bottom unit with an aggressively sloped rear pillar. Sitting ahead of the wheel is a standard Audi instrument cluster, but you can opt for the virtual cockpit with RS-specific graphics. Alcantara and carbon fiber adorn the doors, while stainless steel pedals match the various trim pieces throughout the cabin. Just like the RS5 Coupe, the Sportback gets its motivation from a 2.9-liter biturbo V6. It's the same engine that powers the Porsche Panamera and was rumored to be offered in a new entry-level Audi R8, but it is tuned to deliver 444 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque, 4 horsepower and 38 pound-feet more than you'll get with the Panamera. Shifting duties come courtesy of Audi's 8-speed auto with no word of a manual transmission thus far, but it does channel power to all 4 wheels via a Quattro AWD system. Torque is split between the front and rear with a 40/60 bias, which should lead to some pretty engaging and exciting driving characteristics when you really get into it. Audi claims that the Sportback can hit 60 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds, which would put it at somewhere around 3 seconds faster than BMW's 650i Gran Coupe and as much as a second faster than the Mercedes CLS 500. Top speed is pegged at 155 miles per hour, but if you opt for the dynamic package, Audi will raise that electronic limiter to as high as 174 miles per hour for what it's worth. Audi says these performance figures are conservative, so it could actually be faster in the right conditions with the right driver. As mentioned before, the suspension has been lowered by 0.28 inches in comparison to the Coupe, and the body is 1 inch wider, so it will handle sharply when needed. If you want more, however, You can splurge on the sport suspension with dynamic ride control, which will allow you to customize the suspension based on your specific needs at the time. As for driver assistance features, there are some if you really want to give away some control of a car like this, but you do need to option things like traffic sign recognition, active cruise control, and lane keep assist. But who really wants those in something as sporty as this? It's meant to be driven, so we suggest you drive it like you stole it instead. Manufacturer suggested retail pricing for the 2019 RS5 Sportback is set at $74,200 plus a $995 destination charge. Pricing doesn't include taxes, title, or dealer charges, however, so your minimal price will be closer to the $80,000 mark even with zero dealer markup. With that said, dealer markup could be significant during the first few months on sale, so pricing could easily exceed the $80,000. As far as standard equipment goes, that sticker price gets you Audi's MMI Navigation Plus, Audi's Virtual Cockpit, Audi Connect Prime, and Plus, a tire pressure monitoring system, an Audi phone box, and rear USB charger ports. It should be noted, however, that those rear USB ports are only standard on the Sportback and not the RS5 Coupe. If available for the Coupe, you'll have to pay a bit extra. Thanks for watching.